Dear friends, welcome to eSouth Asia TV, an alternative media lounge. Today we are here to interview Dr. Muniza Shah. But who is she? She is not the daughter-in-law of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, not even Indira Gandhi or Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. But still we are here. Why? Because Muniza Shah's father, his name is Kaus Matravi, a poet who can recite his poetry using tunes of music. And he was born in a small town, Mathura, close to Agra. And in the same town, Krishna was born. So, we are here to take interview of this great poet's daughter, Dr. Muniza Shah. Welcome to our chess.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
What took you to America?
What took me to America? I think destiny.
And how did you explore your fortune there?
I don't think there is any fortune in going to America, but I'm blessed by completing my education there. And I did explore America like nobody's business. I've seen all 52 states and I've lived in 6 different states. I think it was just a quest for surviving and obtaining more and more education. I think that's what it was. Yeah.
So, what is the difference that you found out between the educational system of America and back here in South Asia, say in Pakistan, India or Bangladesh?
Knowing more about the education system in America as I do now, because I'm now become a part of the teacher faculty or group, you want to say, it is just systemized more, and they are sticking to their standards. They are much easier than our standard, which is British influenced. However, I also feel the Britishers made a specific system for Southeast Asia because they were causing us to be the workforce for the Gora Sahib. So we are, and we work like nobody's business in America too.
How do you deal with your patients there?
Well, my patients are my patients, so I deal with them. And I think I'm a psychiatrist, and I have ability to relate to people, and that gives me an edge over maybe a lot of, and that maybe comes from our cultural background. I don't know. So I like my patients. I am a child psychiatrist, but I obviously do see adults too, and that keeps me going. My patients.
This psychological disorder, you can see that in 21st century you get more patients than it was in 20th century.
You know, probably because people are more aware of it, and people are addressing it. They're not calling it witchcraft or possession anymore. Yes, you do see patients and you think, oh my God, this is such a textbook case of being possessed, but it's a psychotic disorder. So I think there's more conversation about people being aware or calling it a name or their DSM-4 diagnosis for it now. That's all.
Do you really think that there is something called as psychological disorder?
Yes. If I wouldn't, then I wouldn't be who I am.
What is that?
Psychiatric disorder. I think that there is definitely a medical basis. Is there a medical evidence for it? Quite a lot now. There are concrete tests you can do, genetical testing or SPECT scan, different kind of concrete measurable tests to prove that somebody has a disorder, and when you treat them it gets better. So sure, we are getting that backing to feel good about ourselves being psychiatrists, because psychiatry is a interface between talk therapy and being a doctor. I'm a physician, right? So, but then I went to psychiatry. So a lot of time we also end up defending ourselves. Defending ourselves as...
My point is, perhaps you watched that movie, A Beautiful Mind.
Mm-hmm.
What is your take on that character?
They have depicted it very well, and I tell you, by the time I watched Beautiful Mind, I already graduated so I was a psychiatrist. The thing that took me back about that movie is how they portrayed that, how real the things were for that person who was schizophrenic, how real the hallucinations were, that all the audience were enrolled in it. And I do have a different prospect on my patients. When they talk about hallucinations, when they talk about I always thought I knew it, but I really didn't. So somebody says, I hear voices, now I hear it differently, because they really do. They hear voices like you're hearing me right now, or seeing me right now.
Will you allow me with a hypothesis that this psychological disorder coinage is a conspiratory coinage, because with capitalism you pull people into a lifestyle where your surroundings and ambience try to make a disorder into your chemical imbalance of your head, and then you build up pharmaceutical industries, make doctors, and then you treat them, and it's like creating patients to treat them.
I don't know where this theory came from, if at all. Not true, because there are historical accounts of people being psychotic, right? In Bible, there are people talking about psychotic. There are accounts of people 5,000 years ago, and I don't know to quote where exactly, but I know where it is coming